Cancer, your weekly love tarot reading begins with 8 of Pentacles, a 4 of Cups, a 9 of Wands, and a Queen of Wands. Your person is coming in with Justice energy, the Fool, 10 of Wands, and we have the Hanged One or the Hanged Man. 4 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So Cancer, right away, some of the energy that's underlying this love connection is a feeling of anxiety to a degree of perhaps losing some of the stability that the two of you have. But we'll come back to that bottom card energy, Cancer. But right away, let's get into your reading because you come in with a 8 of Pentacles and your person comes in with Justice. So 8 of Pentacles energy for you right now, Cancer, you're very busy with your work. You're just busy with your work and really nothing is kind of taking your attention. You enjoy it. You want to, it's not even that you're working a lot or you're having to work a lot and you're upset about it. You desire it. You're enjoying it. You're trying to get better at something. This is probably the kind of work that involves your talent, your skill, a work that you enjoy. Nevertheless, excuse me, that's what you're involved with over this next couple-week period. Your person is coming in with Justice. So they're dealing with a karmic rebalancing. They may be dealing with court cases. They may be actually dealing with agreements between people or between some business portion of their life. In any case, it is a feeling of balance coming into a situation that maybe was out of balance for a little while. So let's go ahead and begin to look at your clarifiers. So for you, 8 of Wands, and for your person, a 2 of Wands. So interestingly enough, for you, Cancer, right now in this relationship, so excuse my cat in the background, she's decided to really say a lot. For you in this relationship, there's a lot going on. It almost feels as though you're, the only thing you're really able to focus on right now is your work because you're so invested in it. And so things that are going on with your person are kind of like confusing for you right now. You're really just not able to understand where they're coming from. They're moving ahead. So they have a Mars and Aries energy, a feeling of really wanting to move full steam ahead with a particular idea or objective. And again, it feels like they may have come to the end of some kind of settlement here or some kind of agreement. Again, balance has been brought into their life, and now they want to really act on that, and they're kind of raring to go, right? So I'm not entirely sure, though, the feeling here with this confusion, I'm not entirely sure that they're seeing you come along with them. And further to that point, Cancer, how do you see them? How do they see you? You see them as 4 of Cups. So right now, they're not taking any of your love. They're really not giving you any attention. They're very introverted. They see you as a Fool energy. So right now, there's a feeling of annoyance here, Cancer. There's a feeling of them being a little bit annoyed with you. It may be that you are not paying enough attention to what's actually going on in their lives. Again, you're busy with work, and yet at the same time, you're very confused about communication and energy between the two of you. And it makes sense because right now they're not giving you a lot of feedback. You might be trying to schmooze with them or be cuddly or affectionate, or you might be trying, and they're just kind of like, nah, I'm good. You might be trying to spend some time with them and they're like, I'm busy, or may not even be getting back to you. They're really just not responding to you. And that's very confusing for you. By the same token, Cancer, your person sees you as being quite naive right now. They see you as Fool energy, and I'm not entirely sure that they see that as a great positive thing. It's almost as if something about you is irritating to them. I'm sorry to laugh, but it's true. They see you as like, they may be a little bit older than you, or they may believe that they're more mature than you and that you're a little bit immature. And so this is how they see you. And it might be quite a turnoff if you feel as though they're not responding to your advances, right? 9 of Cups energy, interesting. And for them, Three of Swords. Okay, so what have you done? Because this is it. They feel betrayed by you, and they see you here with this kind of naivete and this youthful sort of attitude, but at the same time, it seems spits of extreme immaturity because your person here comes through with this strong Three of Swords, which is betrayal. In some way, you've hurt them, you've lied to them, you've done something with them that has kind of changed the relationship in an irreversible way, you know. It's interesting that you would still continue to be confused, though, here with this Eight of Wands, because I think perhaps what happened here is that, yeah, you did some shicey stuff. And in turn, it may indeed be that this, oops, there's a fly here, excuse me. It may indeed be that this rebalancing has to do with you as well. Right? There may have been an imbalance here. Well, clearly there must have been an imbalance here because we have such strong betrayal. So, you know, this reading gets a lot deeper now because in the essence, while you've been working and focusing on your objective, Cancer, something about your person has begun to seek balance, and it's come in, and justice has come in. It could be information has come in for them that's allowed them to act on it. Whatever the case is, listen, they've come to a realization, they've come upon information that is allowing them to forge ahead in their lives without you. I believe it's without you. Interesting, your happiness is here. I think you are kind of unaware of what you've done to them. You know, it's interesting that they would have this kind of feeling of betrayal here, and yet you seem quite satisfied. So despite the fact that they're not giving you a lot of energy, I think you're quite self-absorbed, Cancer. And ultimately, you may not have purposely tried to hurt this person, but something about your actions or something you did that was a very selfish thing hurt them. And it was selfish because you don't even realize that you've hurt them. You still present quite happily. So what do you see as your roles in this relationship? You have a Nine of Wands and they have a Ten of Wands. So you're still battling and they're ready to let go. You know, so you continue sort of to battle in this relationship, Cancer, in a way that's very sort of like you're not learning your lessons. You continue to make the same mistakes, and so you're continuing to go around this cycle. Your person, though, they see their role. They see themselves as having carried a lot, and right now I think it's like the camel that broke, the straw that broke the camel's back. They're ready to let it go. They've gotten to the stage of like realizing how much of their lives and perhaps some of their decisions have been off because of this connection here and because of how much they were carrying in this connection and how blind in a way they were because of this energy exchange with you. Cancer, your person is waking up to some toxicity here. What can I say, you know? And you continue to kind of really battle on your own because you're, unfortunately, Cancer, you're not, it almost feels as though that you're not realizing that a lot of the things you've done in this connection have been quite selfish. I don't feel intent here. I don't feel intent for you to be toxic or for you to hurt your lover or anything like that. But it's just that you're so self-absorbed that you just don't see it. And I think your person is ready to be done. Queen of Swords and Magician. There is an epiphany that may come in for you as a result of all of this with that Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is able to finally be honest with herself about herself. She begins to see some clarity. She begins to understand some things a little bit better. So there is an opportunity here, Cancer, for you indeed to sort of, perhaps as a result of your person walking away, not engaging with you, you losing perhaps some of this happiness here because they're like, oh no, you're happy, but I'm hurt, leaving. And maybe that indeed some clarity comes in and you're able to face yourself and face some of the responsibility you have in this. Your person, Magician energy, yeah, as a result of this like last little blow for them, which would be this Three of Swords, whatever happened, whatever way you've hurt them or deceived them or, you know, betrayed them in their eyes, it is absolutely the last straw. And they've really come out of this fully sort of confident, capable. You know, they ultimately Hangman energy is there. They ultimately really stick their heels in. There's no way you're going to get them to sort of change their viewpoint of how to move forward. So they go forward with an extreme obstinance about what the next steps are. You, Queen of Wands energy, there may indeed be somebody that comes in and gives you some advice and helps you out. Queen of Wands is usually a counselor who may come in. But the Queen of Wands also is an energy here of really having to take your lickings. You know, she understands what it is to fail and to pick yourself back up, to go through the fire to make yourself, you know, better or more closer to your ultimate potential. And it's interesting that she will come in here because there is an opportunity here for you to really learn something from this. But that's really down to you, Cancer. You know, are you prepared to learn something from this whole experience with this person? Because I think you care for them. You enjoyed your relationship with them, but I think this awareness and understanding coming in of how much you've been sort of like self-absorbed and how much you've led to sort of this heartache here and this need for this person to break free and rebalance their lives, and maybe even some of the obstinance that they begin to show you where they're really not budging an inch in terms of letting you in or giving, you know, understanding your point of view. They're like, nope, nope, nope. I've been through this too many times. I don't want to hear it. You know, all of that, you know, is a wake up. There's a potential here for this to be a wake up for you so that you can do some of the shadow work you need to do to sort of clear out those parts of yourself that are letting you down and letting your relationship down. Spirit of the book, spirit of envy, and spirit of alchemy. Yeah, spirit of the book, new chapters, unfinished business, developing. Okay, so this is take this energy for what it is. Spirit of envy is there. Discontent, being miserable, unhappy. There's definitely an unhappiness here with your person. They're not willing to come forward. They feel betrayed. They feel overwhelmed and ready to let it all go. There's also spirit of alchemy, transmutation, skill, and manifest. It really goes hand in hand with the magician. And so this is still an opportunity for you to transmutate rather, what is a really kind of difficult situation into an extremely valuable learning experience, and maybe healing some of your own wounds. Hawk energy, interesting, and mouse energy. Wow. Well, the hawk hunts the mouse, doesn't it? We have air and earth. So the hawk is the animal spirit for seeing the big picture. The hawk is able to see the big picture. The hawk is able to go high enough. Air animal spirit. So we're talking about the intellect, the mind, the mental, the thinking process. You know, being able to get to a higher level to see how all the pieces fit in. Perspective. It's the animal spirit for perspective and getting a broad perspective so that you can understand, you know, where you're moving or where you're going towards. The mouse, well, it's the exact opposite. Earth energy, but the mouse is so caught up in all the little details and all the little tasks. Sometimes the mouse is unable to see the big picture and loses the objective. You know, so whereas the hawk is much more an empowering animal spirit, the mouse is there in a way often to, I want to say, warn us of getting caught up in the minutia. And as a result of getting caught up in the minutia, forgetting the purpose, forgetting the goal, forgetting the prize. Always keep your eyes on the prize. And so in this way, these two animal spirits really work hand in hand. All right, Cancer, this is your weekly love tarot reading. Thank you so much for joining me. If it resonated for you, please go ahead, like, subscribe, and share. All of that really helps me, and I really appreciate it when you do that. But for right now, guys, I'm just going to wish you love, life, and happiness. And I hope to see you guys right back here on my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot, next Wednesday for your weekly love tarot reading. Bye-bye now.